to today's topic about job interview tips. So on our next segment, you're hired, nailing your job interview.
Yes, not everyone can immediately get into business. We know for a fact that if you're a fresh graduate for one, that you have to start your business, or before you start your business, you have to gain experience. You have to see the situation in the corporate world, and for you to experience, to go up the corporate ladder, and to understand the different levels within the company.
Yeah, so these tips are very important. For fresh college grads, we know that starting a business right away is going to be a little bit too hard for you. So the best advice that we can give you is to start working and to start saving.
Yes, but today's tips will also be helpful for working professionals, not just fresh graduates who are looking to switch companies or even make a career change. So this program, we encourage entrepreneurship. We encourage entrepreneurial minds. But we also acknowledge the fact that you can't put up a business right away. You have to earn experience, and you have to, of course, save capital.
Yeah, so these tips are very good for those who are looking for entry-level job positions, or even maybe planning to switch careers.
That's why.
So that's why we're here, to help you stand out and be ready for your next job interview. So today's tips were gathered from the work of Jeff Gillis of The Interview Guys, entitled The Top 10 Interview Questions.
Okay, now let's go to this top 10 questions.
So what is question number one that they always ask?
Question number one. Okay, guess.
What
do you always ask? Tell me about yourself.
Oh, that's a loaded question.
Okay,
Where do I start?
Yeah, okay, so these are the do's. So we enumerate the questions, the top 7 questions, and then we give you the do's and the don'ts. So for tell me about yourself, the do's are the following. Be concise and straight to the point.
Okay.
Answer should be work specific, what you have learned from your past work experiences, or from your education, or from the university if you're a fresh graduate, and what you are looking forward to with this a specific job opportunity. Also, it would help if you research the company to find out what qualities this company is looking for.
Very important tip.
Yes.
So a don't then is, so if you have to be concise, the don't is don't ramble on, don't tell about your life stories.
Or your love life.
Yes, all of the things that are irrelevant to the job interview. This is a question that you need to answer about why you should be fit for this company.
Yes, and I think also it's a good tip to give that try not to get emotional.
Yes.
For example, if you're giving your experiences back from your previous job, or your just past experiences, try not to get emotional, because I believe that's not relevant, or the interviewer need not see that.
So even though the question is tell me about yourself, it's tell me about yourself
that is work
for this job, for this company.
Correct.
So what is the next most popular question?
Yes, the next most popular question for job interviews: why should we hire you?
Oh, that's hopefully a long list.
That's also,
hopefully you have something to say.
That's also another tough question. So these are the do's. Be specific, just like the first one, be concise and straight to the point. Show the interviewer that you are uniquely suited to fill this position, and be the candidate that solves their problems.
See, the key word there is uniquely suited for this position.
Yeah, and one that solves their problems.
Yes, so you need to be different from the rest of the other candidates.
Correct.
But how you can be an asset to the company and help in solving them.
It says that you show that you know some significant details about the company.
From your research, right?
Correct. That's why you have to do your research and their general practices. Also, tell a success story that highlights how you have the qualities needed to fill their specific needs. But again, this specific success story has to be related to the job description or to the position that you're applying for.
Yes, you can't just say any random story.
Yeah, that is not even related to the work that you're applying for. Okay, so how about the don't, sir?
The don't is don't be too modest. Okay, so this is your time to shine, to say what are your valuable traits, how you can be an asset to the company. But another don't is don't exaggerate, don't be too arrogant.
Or don't lie, or don't boast.
Yes, they want to see the traits that you really do have and the things that you can help with the company in applying those skill set. So what's another question that they always ask?
Yeah, okay. So the third one, I hope you guys are learning and taking notes. What is your greatest strength?
the greatest strength.
Yes.
Meaning you have more than one
think,
strength.
yeah, I think it's another time for you to highlight your success story and your achievements. Okay, for the do's for this particular question, this is your chance to relate your most impressive success story, so take advantage. Don't let this pass. Highlight a strength that is crucial to the position, related to your company research from the job description. Okay, so
Yes.
you don't let this chance pass.
Yes.
Because again, for when they ask your greatest strength, you just you just tell them what you have, what you can offer, what you can bring to the table. But as you've mentioned earlier, don't lie, don't
Yes.
boast, don't fabricate.
Yes, so and more don'ts is don't make claims that you can't describe with an example
Yes.
or with fact.
Correct.
Don't say that
That you can't support.
I am the fastest typer that you will ever meet,
And you type
and
like
then
this.
they see you typing like this.
Yeah,
So you need
that's
to
correct.
justify the claims that you make with actual fact.
Correct.
Say that your real talents and your real skills.
Yes.
Because they will look for those skills if they hire you.
Yeah, and if once you get hired, once you accepted you were accepted for the job, it's like, okay, you don't want to disappoint them by seeing your real capabilities.
Yes.
They would know that you just fabricated or you lied during your
Yes.
interview, and that's not good.
Yes. Another
Yes.
don't is don't mention a strength that is not relevant to the job. Maybe you might have a funny party story that you can hold your breath for the longest time. But again, if
Yes.
it's not relevant,
That's a special skill, yes, but
Yes.
not relevant to the interview or to the job you're applying for. Okay, Randy, maybe we can read some greetings and
Sure.
comments, from our viewers.
so
Okay.
we have some. Hello to our viewers, Joyce Joven de Lunas.
Uh-huh.
Hello, good morning to Ramnik Gayeta and Miss Melanie Gomez Lejano. And
You're
to-
having a hard time with the Tagalog names, huh?
Yes. Do we have any U.S. viewers? We have one viewer from the U.S., Manny and Noni Bernardino.
Oh, okay,
Yes,
hello.
those are my parents.
Happy
hello.
viewing.
And thank you for writing your comment in English so that
Yes.
it's easy for me.
Okay. We will, and also you can share your interview experience, good or bad. We will read them and we will
Yes.
share to everyone. We
Share us your stories.
Yeah, we could learn from them. We
Yes,
could learn
and
from
maybe
these
you might have
experiences.
some tips for your job interviews that you've had
Yes.
before that we can all learn from.
Okay, good morning po sa lahat. And now we go back to our number 4.
Yes, what is the number 4
Okay.
question?
Kanina, tinanong natin or tinakal natin what's your greatest strength. Now, what is your greatest weakness?
How do you describe your weakness? You don't want to
Is
seem
there even a do's for this question?
I'm not
okay.
sure.
Okay, so these are the do's for what is your greatest weakness. Show you are aware of your weakness and what you have done to overcome. To overcome such, show that you are self-aware and that you have the ability to take steps to improve yourself. Of
Yes.
course, the interviewers know that we're human. They
Yes.
know that we have weaknesses. That's why they're asking.
Yes, of course.
And we just have to be
honest with it.
honest
yes.
with it. Okay, so
So
for the
then
don'ts.
don't avoid the question.
Yeah.
As much as you don't want to talk about your weakness, there's a reason why they're asking
Can
you
I
for
say that I don't have any weakness?
See, then that's your weakness. Is not recognizing that
Correct.
you have weaknesses. So
Yeah.
another thing is don't give a cliche answer.
Mm-hmm.
What's a cliche answer? It's the one that everyone always says. It's the one that people look up on Google say, what should I say for what's my greatest weakness?
Uh-huh.
And then they'll say, I'm a perfectionist.
Oh, okay. It's a
I'm-
cliche answer.
Yes, it's the answers that people are trying to disguise as a
Yes.
weakness, and the interviewers know that. They have already heard
Correct.
all of those answers.
And these interviewers are the bosses, the owners, the executives. For sure, they've done thousands of interviews already, and they know if an answer is a scripted one
Yes.
or something that you rehearsed.
Yes, so the best thing to do is to give an honest answer.
Yes, an honest
So,
answer.
for example, if I were to give this question, answer this question, what is my greatest weakness? I would say that my communication skills in Filipino, in Tagalog, is an area of improvement. But it's something that I'm looking forward on in fixing, especially in dealing with your company and dealing with more Filipino customers. And to be able to improve that skill.
Correct.
So you see what I did there? I gave an honest answer. I
Yes.
do honestly have a weakness with Filipino communication skills. But what are you going to do about that weakness? You have to describe about how you're going to improve and how it's
Correct.
going to benefit
And
the
they
company.
will appreciate that. They
Yes.
will appreciate your honesty.
Yes,
And
they
they
might
will
even be
see.
surprised that
Correct.
this is someone actually saying the truth instead of
Yeah.
giving the same answer I hear all the
Okay,
time.
correct. Okay, for the next one, why do you want to work for us?
Oh, how do we say that?
Okay, you praise the company and just give the. Okay, for the do's, why do you want to work for us? Show that you want to become part of the family. Talk about specific things you like about the company, and based on your research, that characteristics or the culture of the company. Find out what are the needs of the company and how you're passionate about fulfilling those needs. One more, show your strength perfectly aligned with the job position and company culture. So you show them what you like about the company,
Yes.
and why you wanted to be part of it.
Yes, again, it's using those keywords from your research. From, let's say, for example, the website have the company, they list the job description and they list these are the traits that we're looking for.
Yes.
Incorporate those keywords into your answer.
Correct.
So now about the don't say that I'm working here because I need money.
Yes,
you
you
might
don't
think
say
it's
that.
funny, but really they are looking for a truthful answer. And also don't say that.
Well, it is truthful, but you just don't say that.
Yes, don't say that. It's not gonna benefit you in any
Yes.
way. Yes, what they are looking for is people who want to start a career with them. Like what you said, they
Yes.
want to be part of the family. So
Yeah.
another thing is don't mention that you're only gonna be here temporarily for a few months, because what they're gonna do is they're gonna pass you over and get the other candidate who said that they want to build a career in this
Correct.
company.
And it show that you want to help the company as well. That
Yes.
you've done your research, so you did a lot of reading about the company. Dapat, so you know, and you know the needs, and that's why you're applying. Is because it's you who are they looking for.
Yes, you are the
Yeah.
best fit.
Correct.
Let them know that you are the
You
best
have
fit for the
things
company.
that you could bring to the table.
Yes.
You're valuable, and you know what you can do, your capabilities.
Yes, what you can do for them
Correct.
as for what they can do for you.
Okay.
So what's the next most common question?
Okay, next one for number 6. Why did you leave your last job? So this is applicable. This applies to those who wanted to change company or change career for
Oh, okay.
for various reasons.
Yes.
Yeah, not for fresh grads, definitely. So for the do's, for the why did you leave your last job, if you left voluntarily, then reference a specific characteristic the company you are interviewing for has that you are attracted to. Okay, one that your previous employer didn't have. This
Oh,
is
okay.
when or if you left voluntarily. Of course, it's a different case if you were let go or if
Oh,
you
okay.
if you got fired.
Yes.
You
So how
also
do you
have-
deal with that? How do you answer
yeah,
that?
if you were let go, if you got fired, be honest and explain the situation. Explain what you learned from the experience, and the interviewers knows that you are human. You make mistakes and just wants to see that you are willing to improve. It's like
Yes.
um
They appreciate honesty.
yeah, or getting another chance.
Yes,
And
yes.
it's not wrong. Okay, words like downsizing and budget cuts and bad company are good defenses if they are true and are the reasons for departure
Yes.
from the job.
If it really is a bad economy,
Yes.
then you can validly
because
give that
these
reason.
reasons are not actually your fault.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so it's a good excuse only if they are true.
Only if they are
Yes.
true. Yes. Now, some of the don'ts, again, don't lie if you were fired. Because
Yes.
again, they will do the character reference. They will call your bosses from before.
They will know.
They will know. So just again, be honest. They appreciate honesty.
Yes.
Another thing is don't bash your coworkers, your company, or your last boss.
Mm-hmm. So-
Because then you give off this impression that you are
Yeah.
someone who badmouthed someone behind their back.
So, but what if I got fired for reasons that really made me feel upset, or for reasons that are not acceptable? Do I?
You have to, like what you say, my last company did not have this characteristic that yours
Okay.
does have. So you make that twist that I'm a better fit to be with your company because you appreciate these
Correct.
types of values and skills
Correct.
that my last company maybe did not give so much importance to.
So even if you had those experiences, let's say you got fired for reasons that are not acceptable for you, still do not badmouth your
Yes.
previous job or your previous boss.
Yes,
or your
there's
previous
always a
company.
way to present it
Yes.
to make everyone happy, just to see that, give off the impression that I am better fitted to be with you.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, so is it time again to read
Yes,
some
let's
comments?
say hi to some of our viewers.
And if they've shared their interview experiences, okay, let's read.
Yes. So happy viewing from Ennifer Ocampo.
Okay,
Hello.
yeah.
Good
And
morning.
also from Liza Failano, happy viewing from, wow, California. Hello there.
Oh, hello.
Gads Rudelas and Fe Senadan. Good morning to everyone. Happy viewing. And
Hello, good
let's
morning
see.
to Miss Rowena Obias and Jansky Mier.
Also, Robelin Mangubat from Davao. And also Inday Sol from Taiwan. Okay. They have not shared their interview experience yet.
Maybe they're saving it for next
Yes.
time. Maybe
Okay.
they'll have a very positive interview
Yes.
experience from the tips that we've given them.
Yes.
So
And you know-
hopefully
yeah.
they'll be
Okay.
successful in that.
Yes.
So what are some other one very important question that they always ask at the end of their interview?
Okay, at the end of the interview, they always ask, do you have any questions for me?
What if my answer is, no, I'm okay. I don't have any questions.
You don't say that.
No, you
Okay, you
don't.
don't answer that. Okay, for the do's for that question, do you have any questions for me? Always have questions ready.
Yes.
Okay, focus your questions on the company and what you can do for them. Again, that's like your chance to
Yes, the main
highlight
theme
your, yes.
that we're getting from all these tips.
Right. Ask about something you've discovered in your company research. This will show your passion and knowledge of the company. So it's actually okay to tell the interviewer that, okay, I've read your website, I've
Yes.
researched about the company, and this is what I've read.
Yes.
Now I have a question. Something like that. Okay, to add more, ask if there is any reason the hiring manager wouldn't hire you.
Ooh,
Well,
if you dare.
well, if you dare, and if you think you've built that connection to the interviewer to be comfortable asking that. But
Yes.
if you don't, you could probably
Oh, yeah.
just reserve
But
that.
what's good about that is you can go back to a point. Maybe the interviewer had this comment about you. You can at
Yeah.
least go back to it and address it correctly.
Address it correctly.
Yes, and then he can fix that note and say, you know what? He was
Yeah.
brave enough to ask me this question.
Correct.
Maybe he's brave enough to work here.
Well, that's a little aggressive, but again, there's always a positive thing
Yes.
about it.
So some of the don'ts is don't already assume that you have the job.
Yeah.
Don't say, so when are the vacation
Yeah.
days?
So, how about my leave credits?
Yes, what is
Okay.
going to be my starting salary?
And my promotion, how does it work?
Yes.
Don't assume.
Yes, again, you want to still use this question to further your intent to join the
Yes.
company and how you're a good fit for them.
And how you really want to become part of the family and part of
Yes.
the company. Okay.
Now we have some just general
Yes.
talking points,
So-
some general tips for the actual interview day.
Right, so we've shared the do's and don'ts for the top interview questions, and I hope you've learned something from them. Now we go to, again, the general tips during or on the actual interview.
Okay, so what is
are-
one of the tips?
Okay, okay, here's one of the tips. Know the importance of nonverbal communication, body language, or gestures.
So what is some forms of nonverbal communication?
Based from my previous job interviews that I had before.
Yes.
Okay, one gesture of course most important is the handshake.
The handshake.
Yeah, it has to be firm.
Okay,
Like and confident.
so sample. That's a
Something
good
like that.
handshake.
Okay,
I need to learn from
for,
you.
for a woman, for a lady, it's still okay to have a firm handshake, even if you're a girl, if you're a
Okay.
woman. Yeah, sometimes they expect kasi na parang baka masyadong masculine yung or firm yung for a girl yung handshake, but no.
But you know, for me, whenever I have a firm handshake from a female, I always have a good impression of her.
Yeah.
I say, you know, this is a confident woman.
Confident woman,
Yes, who
yes.
seems like will be a good worker in this company.
Correct. So,
Yes.
so what else? Body gestures. Don't slouch, and also sit up straight.
Sit up straight.
So those are the basics. Sit up straight.
I have a tip
Okay.
for not slouching and for to gain confidence.
Okay.
So I learned from one of my friends. It's called the power stance.
Power stand.
The power
Okay.
stance is
Okay.
you
Take
stand
note,
like
power
this, like you're Superman or Superwoman.
Superwoman.
And you just put your chest out confidently, maybe for about a minute, let's
Okay.
say. And you inhale, and exhale, and you just do that, and you just feel the endorphins.
Actually, yes.
Yes,
It's
and you
kind
feel
of
more
psychological.
confident. Yes,
Yeah.
but don't do that during the interview. I forgot
Yes.
to mention. Do that in the privacy of your own
Privacy,
home.
probably if you can go excuse or before the interview, just 5 minutes before you
Yes.
get called inside the interview room.
Yes.
Just do that.
Yes,
Yeah,
and then you'll
follow
see
it.
how much greater it helps with your
Yes.
confidence.
It will really help you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did
Another
it.
tip
Okay.
is to arrive early.
Yes. That's actually given.
Yes.
Because you've asked for the chance to be interviewed. You
Yes.
wanted it so bad, and they gave you the chance. Now you are there to be interviewed. Don't be late.
Yes,
Respect their
you
time.
have to value their time. They've given you this consideration, so you need to
Yeah.
respect them by showing up early, even before on time. And this gives a good impression for the kind of worker that you'll be every day, that you'll be on time and willing to fulfill your responsibility. Another thing to make note is don't mistreat the support staff.
Okay, the support staff could be our lobby guards, the receptionists, the
Yes.
HR officers. Yeah, do not mistreat them.
Why? Why should we not mistreat
Okay,
them?
be polite. Okay, this could be the persons that could do a recommendation for you to the executives or to
Yes.
the bosses. They might say something like, "Ay, boss, kanina pagpasok niyan, medyo rude or medyo maangas or medyo
mataray."
mayabang or mataray." Pwede kang baka magiging negative sa yon if
Yes.
you were rude to them. So don't just focus on the executives or the bosses that will interview you. Yes, they are the decision makers, but your character towards the support staff says a lot.
Yes, because these are the people you're going to be dealing with every day.
Yes.
The receptionist will be the one
Correct.
transferring your phone calls. The lobby guard is the one letting you in and out. If you give them a hard time, they're going to give you a hard time.
Of course,
Yes.
and it shows that you don't look down to these people, even if they're just support staff, even if you're not gonna work for them in the first place, they are still part of the company.
Yes. One thing I'd like to add, besides the support staff, already on your job interview day, know who are the CEOs and the executives.
Yes, it's very important. Okay.
I had a friend one time. She went to a job interview. She just finished the interview, and she was riding the elevator with the CEO.
The CEO of the company.
Yes, and she didn't even know who he was.
Oh my
So she didn't
gosh.
greet him. She just stood there, and
that
then
could be her chance.
yes, that was a make or break moment. She could have
Yes.
made an impression on the CEO.
Yeah, at least introduce herself that, "Sir, I am an applicant. I just had an interview, and I'm I really want to be part of your company."
Yes. At least you're letting them know who you are, and they're
Yeah.
putting a face to a name. So
Correct.
instead of the executives just seeing a resume, they say, that was that nice
Yes,
lady on the
exactly.
elevator. She held the door open for me.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay. So again, let's go back to the importance of research, because that includes it. Know
Yes.
the executives, the CEOs of the company, because you might again just bump into them or ride with them in an elevator, and then
Yes.
that could be your chance.
So what is the last tip that we have for today?
Okay, the last tip that we have for today, for those who are, for the job applicants, those who are going to have an interview, is that write a thank you note and send it within 24 hours of the interview. A lot doesn't know about
Yeah,
this.
I never knew about
Yeah.
that.
Okay, it's nice to be thankful and appreciative. And again, they gave you the chance. They called you in for an interview. They gave you the chance to present yourself.
Yes.
So at least it's just really best to
Yes.
say thank you, write a note.
Yes, and in the thank you note, make sure that you write down the interviewer's name correctly.
Correctly.
Don't put "to whom it may concern"
Yeah,
or
be
misspell
specific.
their name. Yeah.
Okay.
When I read a letter addressed to my name, it feels personal and it
Yes.
feels very special to me.
Correct. And
Yeah.
it just shows that you know the person who interviewed you, and that you did your research.
Yes.
And you paid attention during the interview.
Yeah, that you learn
Yeah.
something from there.
But I think this thank you note or thank you letter you probably could just send it via email, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
As long as you add that personal touch by adding their names.
Their
Yes.
names.
So we hope that you've learned something today and that you've made a
Yes.
checklist to evaluate yourself for some of these things to do in preparation for your job interview.
And the do's and don'ts, don't forget them for the fresh graduates most especially. This will help you a lot to nail your interview.
Yes.
But
Well, we
yes.
thank you all for joining us today. These are mornings filled with meaningful business talk.
Giving you useful advice to win your career.
I am Randy Bernardino.
And I am Mayan Manzano, and this is
Daily Insight.